Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Rosewater. And I'm really glad you guys enjoyed the first episode of the series. I think we have something really special here. I'm really curious to see how the story is going to unfold. But in the first episode, our main character here, Harley Leger, arrived in the town of Rosewater, got an interesting welcoming committee by almost getting pickpocketed, and we saw a man get flung out of a second-story window. We took that man to the doctors, went to go talk to the person who threw said man out the window, and found out it's our new boss. So, a really good first impression to this Wild West town. And we're going to continue exploring the town, like right now. And one thing, we did have an option when the guy fell from the window to take him to the sheriff. So before we head this way, let's travel to the right, see if there is anywhere that we can actually go other than the sheriff's office. Nope. And introduce ourselves to the law.
Howdy, stranger. Fresh off the train?
Yes, sir.
Come on in then. Let's have a chat.
Please be a nice sheriff.
I'm Sheriff Gamble.
Harley Leger.
Pleasure. Just passing through, or?
I'm here about a job.
Well now, that's refreshing. Few come to Rosewater these days with the intent of staying long. How are you finding our town?
Oh, speaking of the welcoming committee.
I can't say much for the welcoming committee.
Beg pardon?
I wasn't in your town but 2 minutes when I was accosted by a pair of gutter snipes. They should thank their lucky stars I was in a good mood.
I keep telling Jim to stop with that town greeter malarkey, but that boy's got a head harder than granite. I've been too soft. I ought to throw him in lockup until he gets his head on straight.
Trust me, that'll only make things worse. Besides, I don't think they've yet written a statute outlawing vexatiousness.
You've a forgiving nature, Miss Leger. Anyhow, welcome to Rosewater. If you run into any more trouble, come and see me.
Fair enough. Oh wow, that's sitting animation.
Hey, Sheriff?
What can I do you for?
Just how long have you been the sheriff here anyway?
Oh, a couple years now. Like most everyone else, I came to Rosewater in '48 when we thought the hills were full of Orem. Except I stayed when it turned out they weren't.
You were a prospector?
Yep. But it turns out lawman was a more stable career.
It's all about that job security.
A man in your position must have plenty to say about the town he serves.
Suppose that's true. But a stroll down Main will tell you most everything you need to know.
Anything of interest in the surrounding area?
Not really. The San Bernardino Valley don't offer much in the way of sightseeing. There's an army fort, Fort Beaumont, and an abandoned relic that used to be a laboratory. There's also an Indian village on the other side of the valley. But you'll want to steer clear. I've heard tell they can be real territorial. But all that's outside my jurisdiction. When you leave my town, you're taking your chances out there.
Kind of a different description of the Indian village from what we've already heard before.
Can you tell me about Joan Gallagher?
Whew, I've yet to meet anyone with a more fiery temper. My advice is to stay on Joni's good side.
Sound.
Is Doc Sedgwick on the up and up, or is he one of those frontier quacks?
Oh no, Doc Sedgwick's tried and true. Well, he saved the town from a yellow fever epidemic just last year. The doc's pretty much the glue holding this town together. Leastways, that's what he's fond of telling everybody.
Well, at least he's like a legit doctor and not like a Wes Dickens type of character. At least initially.
What's the story with Gentleman Jake?
Which one? If even half of them are true, he's a lion among men, a real Western hero. But you can catch his show while he's in town and hear it straight from the source.
And that's who we need to go interview over at the saloon, I think.
Were you aware that a man was thrown from the window at the Rosewater Post?
Is that right? Who was it?
Never saw him before. Looked New Spanish.
Is he alive?
Yes, he's in Doc Sedgwick's care.
Well, that's good. Sounds like I need to have words with Joni, though.
Thanks for the chat, Sheriff.
Come back anytime.
Godspeed with those words, Sheriff. Remember, she still has 2 more windows. One thing I do really like about this is that it is set in a steampunk world, but if you looked around here, you would have no idea. But they talk very casually about, oh yeah, there's a relic that's now a laboratory. It's a subtle type of steampunk, which I appreciate. Let's go ahead and look at all the things.
Impressive collection. Hey, Sheriff?
Huh?
What's the story with these guns?
Now these are standard issue repeaters. Pretty powerful rifles. Thankfully, I've yet to use one in the line of duty. Wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of these.
Well, did you have to... Well, I mean, if you're going to flaunt that animation, you may as well.
What a peculiar decoration.
This is someone who never grew up in the Southwest.
Hey, Sheriff?
Ma'am?
Why have you got a horseshoe hanging above the door?
Ah, glad you asked.
Oh, and he's up again.
My grandpappy told me a story about a blacksmith who was visited by the devil. The devil asked the smith to make him a horseshoe for his own hoofed feet, you see. So, the blacksmith took a red-hot horseshoe and nailed it straight onto one of his hooves. The devil howled out in pain. He begged the blacksmith to take it off again. The smith agreed, but on one condition. The devil must always respect the horseshoe and never enter any place where one is hung above the door. Hell of a story, wouldn't you say?
You know what? I've heard worse superstitions.
I wouldn't have figured the sheriff for a naturalist.
Was with the butter lepidopterist, I think it's called.
Fancy yourself a lepidopterist?
Oh.
Hardly. Picked that display up from a passing rag and bone man. But I like when the sun shines on their wings just so. Real thing of beauty.
Okay, that's fair. You have a diploma, too.
A lawman with a license? Guess Rosewater isn't so uncivilized after all. Does this license mean you went to sheriff's school?
No, it means I was officially elected to the position by the people of this town. The paper is really just a formality.
Though a sheriff's school would probably be a really good idea.
Reminder, confiscated items to be placed in the box below. A plain leather bag. Wonder what's inside. What's in the bag?
Oh, that's a set of lockpicks I confiscated from a would-be burglar.
I like lockpicks.
Looks like a pretty rough sort. This fellow still at large?
Yep, but I reckon he's left the province.
Also like the fact that they just, instead of building the jail cells, they basically just built another really high ceilinged building and then just put the cell inside.
Doesn't look too comfy, but I guess that's the point. Does this cell see much use?
Nah, not really. Well, that's fine by me. The less I have to clean out that pot, the better.
That reminds me, we did get a brown bag from the doctor's office here.
Pretty common-looking leather pouch. The stuff inside isn't of much use to me.
Oh, I thought we could have used those medical supplies. Okay. I think I have an idea of what we have to do.
Those are some stern-looking ladies. Hey, Sheriff?
Yes, ma'am?
Who are the people in this photo?
Those are my sisters, Lord bless them.
All 5 of them? Wow. Oh, and he's coming over to tell us.
Irma's a real sweetheart. Don't think I ever met a kinder soul. I hope she's doing well. Sadie died a few months after this picture was taken. I'm grateful to have this to remind me of her smile. Mary was always my favorite. The trouble we used to get into when we was kids.
Okay.
Not a bad view. Hey, Sheriff,
Yes, ma'am.
what's this photo of?
That's a view of Colchester, where I grew up.
I want to check something while he's talking.
My folks still have a ranch there. Been meaning to pay a visit. It ain't exactly a metropolis, but it's got character. The winters were so cold, people's sentences would hang in the air for days.
So he talked longer when describing his sisters. We're going to have to pull a Maniac Mansion here, I think. And do the old Indiana Jones switcheroo.
Hey, Sheriff,
Ma'am,
could you tell me about the ladies in this photo again?
those are my sisters, Lord bless them.
Come on over, tell us all about them. Be as long-winded as you'd like, please.
Mary was always my favorite. The trouble we used to get into when we was kids.
Yoink!
Got 'em.
Oh, and did we get away with it? I think we in fact did.
Not the best quality lockpicks, but they'll do in a pinch.
Hey, every good character needs lockpicks at one point or another. Now, what else was up here? Warded lock. No key for me. Turn the hook freely. Padlocks. Wiggle the key to start the fun, then take the snake for a long, long run. Deadbolts. Tense the key and choose the snake. Look round as you give it a shake. Tumbler locks. The key stays still, the diamond shines, turns up just once, then down 3 times. Crowns 20. I think that's the currency, so we have 20 crowns, that's good. That's a guide, I guess, for using the lockpicks. Oh wow, it's like a full... Aboard the WV Express. Boarded the 743 from Pierre Lorraine for Rosewater, Western Vespuccia. No baggage to speak of, in the literal or metaphorical sense. I don't own a thing worth weighing myself down with. Just little hope, and that doesn't take up much space. Much has been said about the western frontier, the perilous wilderness, the lawless towns, and the tough, hardened folk who make their way out there, usually to get away from something worse. I suppose I'm about to become one of them myself. Just one thing Rosewater's got that no place else has. An opportunity with my name on it. I'm in no great hurry, but I can see why anyone with the crowns to spare chooses air travel over rail nowadays. The thoughts in my head are running together like the landscape outside the window. Excitement and trepidation and boredom mixing like the scrub and rocks and soil into one long blur. One thing I know, I'm ready for a change of scene. Oh wow, what are we... The offices of the Rosewater Post? Okay, I'm not going to read all of these, but I'll go ahead and have them on the screen for a little bit so y'all can pause the video to read them. That's kind of cool. Talk about the new Spanish fellow being hurled out of the second story window. So she was a boxer, though. We could get some interesting... So she was 15 years since she boxed under that moniker back in the Chum. Alright. Cool. Well, we're not in jail right now, so I think we're in good shape. Oh, actually... There was... Wasn't there a padlock in the... Outside the... Yeah, the blacksmith here. Shall we?
I can pick this type of lock in my sleep, but why would I want to snoop around an abandoned blacksmith shop?
You know, that's the kind of logic, Harley, that I don't want to hear from you right now. I like the... Oh man, I didn't even notice all the flies buzzing around. That's a great detail. And the scratch marks from all the wagons heading inside.
Soft drink crates. A sugary, fizzy way to beat the heat.
Well, we got tonic water, ginger beer, and sarsaparilla. Well, let's head this way then. Do we have like a fast travel? Yes, we do.
Was your meeting satisfactory, ma'am?
Quite so. Did you find any of those butterscotch sweets I asked for?
Afraid not. Only taffy and some peppermints.
Pity. This place seems to lack even the smallest of pleasures. Shall we?
How dare they not have Werther's Originals? Alright. So what do we have here? Oh, yes! The Undertakers?
Business seems slow today. Probably a good thing.
Paul Bearer would be a little bit upset about that, though.
Shabby, but I've been to worse. Looks like it's been up for ages. Wonder if they ever caught the guy. Or maybe he retired from crime. Or died of old age. Horse pills? Is that pills for horses or pills made from horses? Or both?
Yes and yes.
Wonder if the whiskey here is any better than the rock gut back in Pierre. Shabby, but I've been to worse.
Now, okay, we can't head to the left, so let's head down the street. I just want to explore all the town before we actually head into the saloon and continue storyline stuff. Gentleman Jake's Wild West. Rosewater Opera House. Ooh.
This place is falling apart, but these stone tiles were nice. Once.
Can I take one?
This thing's heavier than it looks. Bet I could do some real damage with it.
Okay, we got a bludgeoner. Things are looking up.
Betrayal, murder, revenge. Classic stuff. Never works out that way in real life.
Tannhauser. Like the Tannhauser gates.
Never heard of this one.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Dr. Bennett Clark, Master of Ethericity. All right, the Ethericity fellow. I didn't know he was working out here.
Ethericity. Okay, that's how to pronounce it. We were having trouble before.
Locked.
Hello?
For 20 coppers, it had better be one hell of a show.
Thrills, excitement, gunplay. Oh, wait, was there... I don't think there was another path to go there here. You double check just to make sure. Nope. Nowhere to go but into the saloon. Now, is the piano going to stop as we walk in? Aw. I like that trope. We got a gentleman there with 2 guns.
These seem to be for decoration more than anything else. Food delivery for the lazy.
Oh, is that a dumbwaiter?
Warning, watch the dang door. Signed, management. Now that is mighty tempting.
What was it? Oh, the red candy like button. I heard the strangest sound from the upstairs kitchen and I just followed it down. Call it a hunch. Well, that'll come in handy later, I imagine. Kind of disappointed that it just opens the doors.
Scenes from the wild country. A night campfire, a wild horse, and a bear in the mountains. Sure would be something to see all that up close and personal. Except maybe the bear.
Yeah, bears in the Old West are not to be trifled with.
The local populace getting sloshed.
Whether that be Red Dead or the Revenant. Oh dear.
Someone's hunting trophy. I bet that piano hasn't been tuned since the De Leon administration. She's making the best of it, though.
Okay, so what's your deal?
Excuse me, kid. I need to get upstairs.
I'm really sorry, miss, but Mr. Ackerman's not taking any more meetings right now.
That's Gentleman Jake, right?
I'm here on behalf of the Rosewater Post.
Did you make an appointment?
No, I just got the assignment.
Okay, look, Mr. Ackerman's upstairs getting ready for his show. It starts in less than an hour. Why don't you come by and watch? You can come meet him afterwards.
I just need to interview him for a newspaper article.
Well now, that's perfect. If you're going to write about him, you should definitely see the show. Trust me, he's a real dazzler.
Suppose it beats waiting around here.
Gentleman Jake's show will be starting at the theater soon. You won't want to miss a second of it.
Okay, well that's pretty much everything here. And there's someone out in front of the theater. Is that the dude who tried to pickpocket us? Was it a gem? Looks like him. We're about to find out. Yep.
You again?
Oh, hey, Harmony, was it?
Harley. What in the ether are you doing here?
Oh, you're not still sore about earlier.
Nah, but your little friend might think twice about hoodwinking strangers again.
Look, nothing personal. My brother and me are just doing our best to get by.
Oh, that explains it.
Hang on. Your brother? I ought to knock you into a cocked hat.
Hey, you gotta look out for number one.
You picked the wrong mark, but I can let that go. Hell, with a little effort, you two could be halfway decent grifters. But if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's disloyalty. That's your flesh and blood. If you don't have your own brothers back, who else on this wretched earth is going to give a flip if you're alive or dead?
You made your point. Now can we drop it already? I'm trying to do an actual legitimate job here.
Definitely seemed a sore spot with Harley.
Legitimate job? So you're not selling snake oil or stock tips or fire insurance?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm selling tickets to Gentleman Jake's legendary Wild West show. Only 20 coppers.
I'll take one of those tickets.
Swell! And when would you like to come see the show?
Whenever it starts?
Oh, you mean today? Oh, well, I'm afraid I gotta disappoint you there. Sold the last of today's tickets not 10 minutes before you walked up.
Seriously?
Seriously, this ain't exactly the Coliseum. It only fits so many, and folks around here are real excited to see Gentleman Jake in person.
All right, look. I don't need to see some yahoo firing off his pea shooter. I just want to talk to this Jake fellow.
And I'm sure Gentleman Jake would be happy to meet you if you had a ticket to get in. Course, I might be able to sneak you in quiet-like, but I'd be putting my job on the line, and I can't afford to lose it now. After all, I have my little brother to look after.
Can we just
Just tell me what you want.
crack him over the
A
head?
small favor.
Spit it out.
Just help me retrieve something. A small item of great personal value. It's only my pa's pocket watch. Family heirloom, you see.
What happened to it?
It was stolen is what? By that one-eyed scalawag Lola Johnson. Probably stashed it away in the old smithy. She's been squatting in there for weeks now.
Oh, how about 2 crowns and forget all the favor nonsense? I don't know. The fact that they're keeping track of money. Yeah, where is the little guy?
Where'd your brother get to? Keeping out of trouble?
Matter of fact, he's trying to make good after that screw-up earlier. Decided he's gonna try and get Pa's watch back all by himself. He's real tore up over losing it.
That's not good.
And you're letting him risk his neck again? He'll be collared in no time. Like as not, you'll never see him again.
Oh, I know. I tried talking sense into him, but he's dead set on it. Wants to prove himself. But he'll be in real hot water if he gets caught, which he probably will. That's why I'm asking you to do it before he goes and does something stupid. I can tell you could pull it off. No problem.
So if we just offer a bribe, I wonder if the kid will get, like, caught and thrown in jail.
That kid deserves better than getting strung up for doing your dirty work. Call him off. I'll handle it.
Swell. You know where to find me.
You wouldn't string him up for trying to break into the blacksmiths, would they? Good lord. It's a bit harsh. But I could just go ahead and use this block. Crack it over Jem's head. It's tempting. So now they'll let us go ahead and lockpick the blacksmith, I assume. Oh.
This should be easy to pick. Just have to remember that rhyme I taught Bill. Good thing I wrote it down in my journal.
Bullock lock. Okay, oh, there's more. More things. Got a bookmark here. Now, this is a padlock. Wiggle the key to start the fun, then take the snake for a long, long run. So that would be the snake, I imagine. Okay.
A snake pick. Best type for getting the job done quickly.
Mm-hmm. And it said, okay, wiggle the key. And take the snake for a long, long run.
I should have this open in no time. It's just like the rhyme. Learned it by heart.
Oh, long, long run. LLR. Left, left, right. Oh, is that... Hold on. Let me see if that's... There was another one, too. Tense the key and choose the snake. Look round. Left, right, left, right. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. So, wiggle. Long. Long. Man. And right.
Hot damn!
How about that? Ooh, there's a lot of luck in here.
Guess the devil won't be coming in here.
Ooh, there's a lot of things to look at. Let's go for this chest first.
Seems the obvious place to keep valuables. Just worthless trinkets. Decorative or a functional hiding place? Empty. Scrap metal. Must not be valuable or it'd be salvaged by now. The mirror's broken. Wonder who caught the bad luck.
7 years worth.
Doesn't look too comfortable. Nothing here.
Wagon wheel.
Did the blacksmith dabble as a Wainwright? Maybe the kid's watch is in there. Absolutely nothing.
The
smithy's cold furnace. No watch, just old ash.
We are running out of spots.
That could be a good spot to stash something. Well now, what have we here? Got what I came for. Best not to stick around.
Always the last place you look. And we didn't get caught, so that's nice. So let's go ahead and head back to Gem. And that should get us entrance into Gentleman Jake's Wild West show, guys. But this is actually a good place to go ahead and call an episode. I like the fact that we're going to have like different lockpicks to play around with and different strategies for each. Be kind of cool to see. And also the vibe that there's going to be plenty of locked doors for us to use that on. But yeah, we'll go ahead and pick it up in the next episode. I hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.